I'm Sajeev Visweswaran. I'm a visual artist based in A2 and New Delhi. I relocated here from New Delhi, from India, in 2016, and since then I'm living here. I do paperworks and I do printmaking, and I'm talking to you guys from my studio in Ann Arbor, which is my basement. It's a little cute space. I'll show you guys at some point. And I teach at Ann Arbor Art Center, Downtown District Library, and University of Michigan Museum. And I do multiple jobs like helping friends, assisting people, teaching. That's the way how I survive here. And I just want to give you guys an idea how I cope with this situation here. I'm coming from a country which has a larger population than US, and I miss India, and I miss crowd, I miss chaos. So what happened is, like, when before going to studio in India, when I was living in India, western part of India, we used to go to have tea together with friends at streets and have tea and have discussions about works, politics, everything, right? Even gossiping too. And then we'll go to studio to do our works. It's like it's nice to meet people. It's nice to see people around you, and to see their life. Sometimes you even meet strangers at coffee shop, at street tea shops. So it's nice to see them, right? How you can see the real life. So it's very rare, right, for artists in India, mostly in living in places like Baroda, Delhi, and wherever art communities are there. Like, they will go for a tea first. They will go to have a tea first on the street and then go to studio. And I miss that, that street tea and everything. So that's the space where we think about, we think, discuss, and explore more about our thoughts and practice. So I do miss that here. So after coming here, right, it's like, for me, it's a kind of big cultural shock. So things are different here. People are a bit, what do you say, people, you see people very less, right? People go for walk and jogging, and it has a different life here. People don't meet regularly. People meet once in a while and discuss works. Otherwise it's like emails, chats and all. So that was the first thing I want to discuss with you, because, like, it took 2 years for me to settle down and to do my work. And now I have a lot of friends. I have friends in Detroit, I have friends in Ann Arbor, I have friends in New York. So it's like, it's helping me somehow, to balance everything. The family, I live here with my wife and kid, and now I'm much more settled. This is my introduction, and I wish to show my studio to you guys. Hi, this is my studio space. This is station number one. This is the space I do screen printing. I just completed one of my work, which I will show you soon. Studio starts from here, and this is my basement. It's like little small space I just converted into my lab, you can say. So this is station number two, where I do drawings. This is an incomplete drawing, which is a series which is known as Unknown Celebration, maybe part two, and I have to work on more images on it. You can see the prints, lino cuts, and this is the new screen printing I did during this lockdown. And this is my another working table, which is meant to do huge screens, right? Prints. I do have 4 by 3 feet large screen printing frames. This is the work which I did a month ago, which was part of the curated show, which the show which was curated by me at Scarab Club, Division, Commonality, and Encounter. And yeah, you can see some changes, in the work, because I added a cycle tube. Now I do feel the work is like complete. This is a drawing based installations. All this small tins, aluminum tins, I collected from flea market in India, and it's like since 10 years, 10 more than 10 years I'm collecting this, and I added the drawings, right, the images. You can see the victims during the riots. The witness turned hostile, because of government's pressure. Some lost found objects, like, found objects. This is the small window from here. It's, you know, this is the fourth space where I do small drawings. And this is the fifth space where I do huge drawings. It's a big panel over there, and I do drawings here. So I have 5 stations. This is one of the printing table where I roll the colors. So this is all about my studio space. So I'm just trying to reinvent myself, myself as an artist, and my process, my thought process, and the way I work. It's really changing right now because of this pandemic. So I was trying to understand the situations here in India, here in US and in India, because I live both of the places and I try to understand both of these places. So how it's affecting the community and how the government is trying to resolve the situation, kind of responsibility, what they are doing and all this kind of things, right? So I'm working on 2 different images right now. I was explaining you guys about a work called Unknown Celebration, where there is like a band team playing the music in a near to a mountain. There were no audience and all this kind of things. So it's like kind of abandoned space, but the band team is like playing for someone, like for unknown reason, right? We don't know anyone, whether there is no images of audience, but we don't know why they are playing that kind of stuff, like that kind of tension. So I'm thinking about kind of abandoned cities, like here, because of lockdown, the places were abandoned, marketplace, shops and everything, theaters and everything. So I'm trying to think about working on those images, uh, which can be a good thread for my new works. And there is like one more idea is coming into my mind, is like the way how the places, right, places like mosque in Iran and churches in US, like converted into hospitals and all. Stadiums were converted into hospitals, like that kind of things, like converting the public places to to hospitals and all, to help people and to help the uh, people around, that kind of stuff, right? So mosque is a kind of religious space, right? And the when you convert into hospital and all, there is no religion there actually. So for this pandemic, there is no religion, no border, no race, right? That kind of thing. So I'm trying to do uh, 2 different things, 2 ways of thinking actually. So I don't know where I can reach, but that is my immediate response towards this pandemic. And now it's really, things are a bit different in India, because how the government reacted towards it. Cities and everything was locked down all of a sudden, and people are really people like laborers, daily wage workers, they are really experiencing difficulties, right, reaching their home, because there is no travel arrangements for them and all these kind of things. People died walking from cities to their villages. So things are not done very well in India. So That's really a bad thing happening over there. And here things are much more, systematic. Like not everything are more systematic. Like poor people are not getting good medical insurance, medical treatment, and people are dying. Most of the minority communities are dying here. So that's a concern, right? So for me, this pandemic, this lockdown is a kind of reinventing myself, my thought process and practice. And I wish all the artists should realize the real life and start thinking about that factor, to help each other, and to treat every human as their, what do you say, as the same, that kind of stuffs, right? You should help each other. That's the concern which artist community, they should come as normal people. Normal people means they are not, they are supposed to be on the street if they can, to help each other. I'm not saying streets, to help each other in whatever way they can. That's my, help each other in the sense, in many ways, right? People, I have friends who in India who helps, who works with NGOs to help the daily wagers who are stuck in the cities, and different places, get them food, medical treatments, etc., kind of stuff. So I really wanted my artist community here and everywhere to think about the responsibility which an artist can, do at this during this period, and try to spread the kind of humanity. That's my thought. And I'm concluding my thoughts here. And you can reach me on my website, www.sajeevvisweswaran.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram with the same name. And you should also follow Scarab Club on their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest updates and programming and exhibitions. And thanks for this opportunity, Scarab Club. Thanks to the crew. Thank you so much.